Today we're going to be making tripas de res, and let me tell you, these are one of my favorite tacos to eat. To make tripas is very simple. All you need is some beef tripas, tripas de res, tripas de leche. Those are some of the names that they call them, or you can find them at the meat markets. Usually they sell them in packs like this. They're roughly about 2 pounds. I usually order 4 of these packets, and they're about 2 pounds, about 8 pounds in total. But all of these are about 3 pounds. So I think I'm gonna split this up in 2 recipes. This first recipe, I'm gonna show you guys the taqueria style, how they make them at the restaurants or how they sell them on the streets out in Mexico. And that way is just cooking them a little bit and then frying them up on a disco. The second recipe that I'll later show you guys is grilling them. I honestly like that way, cooking them better. It takes less time to cook them up, but everybody swears the taqueria style tripas. And that's what we're gonna be making today. So I'm gonna be using two of these packs here, and they're about 3 pounds each. So in total, I'll be using about 6 pounds of tripas. So to clean the tripas, you got fat that run along them. That's one of the parts that you wanna clean. So all you gotta do is, some of this fat you could take off by just peeling it off. Just like so. If you got some really thick chunks of fat, say like down here, what you could do is you could take some shears, kind of break it up so that way you kind of see where it's going. As you can see, it's just tearing apart, and you just continue on. Yeah, once you start getting through, the fat starts to break apart. Now this fat we're not going to get rid of. I'm going to be making some beef tallow out of that. That's what we're going to use to fry up our tripas. Some people don't clean their tripas. Really a preference thing. Some people actually use all this fat to actually fry them up after they boil them. You could do that also. To me, I think it's just the texture of them come out dirtier. You get like a little grit to it if you leave this fat behind. So just trim that off, a little piece off. Now the second part of cleaning tripas, you have to clean the inside of them. Now to do this, all you have to do is just open up one side and run some running water, just tap water through it 3 to 4 times. Now this is preference. Some people do not like to clean their tripas because they say it adds a flavor, but that's the part that turns some people off when it comes to eating tripas. Now if you want to try this and you don't want that flavor that might throw you off, just clean them out. Make sure that the liquid that's coming outside of the tripas is nice and clear. So we have all our fat that we've taken off of the tripas. We're gonna go ahead and turn the heat on to about medium heat, and we're gonna slowly start rendering this down. This will probably take about an hour, a little over an hour, but this will be some good beef tallow once we're done. All right, so it's been about 30 minutes. Now you can see that a lot of the moisture is out of it. That way you can just see that clear gold tallow. That's what we're looking for. This still has a little bit more to go. These pieces right here still got some rendering down. Once these become like really fried and crispy, they're pretty much done. So since we're at this state, let's go ahead and get to cooking our tripas. And all you have to do with this, we're just gonna send it through a strainer and put it in a cup. We're gonna use this to actually fry up our tripas. Okay, so we have some water heating up, and all we're gonna be doing to this is we're gonna add probably a few tablespoons of salt. That's all we're doing. We're just adding a little bit of salt here, because I am gonna finish with salt at the end. There, so we'll let this come to temperature and we'll get our tripas in. Okay, once we have our water hot, we'll add in our tripas. Now you can add extra aromatics like garlic and onion and stuff like that, but this right here, this is how my grandfather used to do tripas. Just like this, just salt and the meat. So you got some bubbles. Air it out. Now we're gonna let this cook for about 30 to 40 minutes, just until they render down. They're gonna get real small on us, and they're just gonna be tiny little tubular things. So we'll check on in about 40 minutes. Okay, after about 20 minutes, things start rendering down. You're starting to get some of that fat broken up in the tripas. As you can see, all this foam right here, we're gonna clean that up. Okay, so we're just gonna skim the top. See all this? We wanna take this out. Separate the tripas from the fat, and then come up. Put whatever tripa back.
I think we'll do about right there. I got most of that fat particles out. I'm gonna just close this up, let it go for a little bit longer, but our tripas are looking good. So it's been 40 minutes. See how you can see the difference between how good I cleaned them and how not? You see kind of like the fat still on there. That's fine, we're gonna fry that up and it'll come off. So that just shows you don't have to go into real detail on cleaning them. I just like to clean them really good. As you can see, like this one right here was cleaned really good. You don't have a lot of those fat particles compared to like this one or this one here. But it's just how they are. You don't have to go and crazy about it. So I'm gonna get these out and see you guys outside. All right, so I have our disco set to about medium heat, and this is the beef tallow that we rendered down from those tripas. Smells nice and beefy. That should be enough right there. I don't want all this stuff that I didn't filter out in there, so that's just pure gold right there. So I'm gonna let that come to temp. Now that it's hot, go ahead and throw in our tripas. Now you don't want to do this with oil because oil and water don't mix, so you'll get it like really splat and really high. This is lard, so it won't be so bad. All right, so these are already cooked. So all we're doing is we're just browning these, getting them nice and crispy. So we're gonna let this go for just a few minutes and then we'll flip them around, let them do their thing. Doesn't take long, folks. Getting some nice color on there. At this point, you pretty much take it to how far you want it to go, how crispy you want it. I like it crispy, I just don't like it burnt like my father cooks them. I like that nice golden brown where there's still got a little chew to it, but that's all preference really. If you like it to where it's a little chewy, but crispy exterior, take it to how you like it. Now as you can see, these didn't really render much. That's why you gotta do so much of these because they shrink up so much. That's why when I do these, you know, for the family and stuff, I make a huge batch, probably like 15 pounds, sometimes 20 pounds, you know, so that way everybody can eat. These are looking really good. So, give them a couple more minutes. They're pretty much almost done. All right, now to finish this off, we're just gonna hit them with a little bit of salt. And just a little bit more salt. And that's pretty much it. Because we're gonna get all our flavor from the salsa and the fresh ingredients that we're gonna be adding to the tacos. All right, these are looking about done, folks. Nice and crispy. Got a nice golden brown texture to them. Just the way my family like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these out. I'll see you guys inside to make some tacos. Let me tell you, I've been waiting for this video for quite some time. So we're just gonna, yeah, nice and crunchy. You cut them up how you want. I like a nice little bite when I make my tacos. All right, so we got a nice heated corn tortilla. Well, these tacos don't take much, folks. Let's get a good layer of those tripas. So I made a salsa just for this. It's tomatillo, a little bit of tomato, chili de arbos, really good, really spicy. That was my last video. If you haven't seen that, this is that salsa. So we're gonna just layer a good amount of this salsa right here. And then just top it with some onion cilantro and the juice of a lime, folks. This right here, this is, to me, this is Mexican street food right here. When I go to Mexicali, this is the food that I'm looking for. Cheers, folks. That salsa is fire. If you're new to my channel, consider hitting the subscribe button. That way you see future videos just like this. I have these recipes, they're really good. You should try them out. Now y'all be beautiful and God bless.